Hello and welcome to the news from Bahrain International with me, Keith Johnston. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Minister of Interior, General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, and the Under-Secretary for Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs, Sheikh Hisham bin Abdurrahman Al Khalifa, at Qadabia Palace. The meeting took place on the occasion of the launch of the e-Passports project, a new government initiative that uses advanced modern technologies to facilitate ease of travel and transit at airports. His Royal Highness highlighted the importance of adopting innovative solutions across government services to meet the Kingdom's comprehensive development goals, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. Referring to the launch of the Kingdom's e-Passport project, His Royal Highness noted the importance of the project in advancing the quality of services for citizens. His Royal Highness commended the efforts of all who have contributed to the success of the e-Passport project. His Royal Highness noted the Kingdom's ongoing commitment to digital transformation, a key element in improving the overall development, productivity, quality and optimisation of citizen-led services. For his part, the Minister of Interior expressed gratitude for the opportunity to meet with His Royal Highness and noted His Royal Highness's commitment to advancing the quality of services provided to the Kingdom's citizens. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa also attended the meeting. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Regional President for Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa of Visa Andrew Tour at Qadabia Palace. His Royal Highness highlighted the importance of innovative banking services in promoting the competitiveness of the Kingdom's banking and finance sector. He noted the sector's contributions to the Kingdom's wider development goals, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness highlighted opportunities the Kingdom's banking and finance sector presented to Bahraini citizens, emphasising the important role creativity and innovation play in furthering the sector's efficiency and development. For his part, Tour expressed gratitude for the opportunity to meet with His Royal Highness and noted His Royal Highness's commitment to furthering the Kingdom's banking and finance sector. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Minister of Finance Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Bahrain, Rashid Al Maraj, also attended the meeting. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister, Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Fleet Commander of the UK Royal Navy, Vice Admiral Andrew Paul Burns, CBOBE, and an accompanying delegation at Qadabia Palace. His Royal Highness commended the depth of bilateral ties between Bahrain and the UK, which continues to receive the support of the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness noted the strategic Bahrain-UK partnership across various fields, particularly within military and defence. His Royal Highness welcomed Vice Admiral Andrew Paul Burns and the accompanying delegation to Bahrain, emphasising the importance of furthering bilateral cooperation to achieve mutual aspirations. Regional and international issues of common interest were also discussed. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and the Bahrain Defence Forces Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Thiyad bin Saga Al Nuaimi, also attended the meeting. The National Guard Commander General His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Isa Al Khalifa met with Pakistan's Prime Minister Mian Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif in the Pakistani capital Islamabad. He conveyed the greetings of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and their best wishes of further success and prosperity to Pakistan. The two sides exchanged views on the means to enhance relations between Bahrain and Pakistan across all areas. They also reviewed the latest regional and international developments of mutual interest. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed lauded the advanced level of cooperation and exchange of expertise between the two countries and stressed keenness on consolidating them. For his part, the Pakistani Prime Minister commended Bahrain's support and relief during the inundations in Pakistan in 2022, saying the generous gesture helped alleviate the people's suffering. He lauded Bahrain's progress in all areas led by His Majesty the King and hailed the cooperation and coordination between the two countries, mainly in international fora. He asked His Highness Sheikh Mohammed to convey his greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the King. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed thanked the Prime Minister for the gracious hospitality and wished Pakistan and its people further progress, security and stability. The meeting was attended by Bahrain Ambassador to Pakistan, Mohammed Ibrahim Mohammed, and the Director of the Office of His Highness the National Guard Commander, Major General Abdurrahman Al Saad. The National Guard Commander, General His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Isa Al Khalifa, met with Chief of Air Staff of the Pakistan Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Zahir Ahmad Babar Sidhu, on the sidelines of His Highness's official visit to Pakistan to celebrate Pakistan Day. The Air Chief welcomed the visit of His Highness, which comes within the framework of enhancing military relations between the two countries. The National Guard Commander hailed the advanced levels of bilateral cooperation and military exchange, noting the role of Pakistan's army in maintaining regional and international security and stability. The two sides discussed issues of common interest that strengthen cooperation and friendship relations between Bahrain and Pakistan, especially the military field. The personal representative of His Majesty the King, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, praised Bahrain 1 team's winning first place in the first round of the NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series in the Pro Mod category of the season 2023, stressing that this remarkable start affirms serious intentions to regain the championship title. His Highness affirmed that the Bahrain 1 team works in an organised and professional manner, which will have a positive impact on the team this season. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad asserted that Bahrain 1 team's continuous achievements at the local and international levels were a result of the unlimited support of His Majesty the King and the encouragement of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister for the team to occupy a high and distinguished position in motorsports. His Highness expressed thanks and appreciation to all the sponsoring companies of the Bahrain 1 team, which are the Economic Development Board, the Bahrain Petroleum Company BAPCO, the Bahrain Telecommunications Company Batelco, the Aluminium Bahrain Company Alba, the National Bank of Bahrain and the Bahrain International Circuit. He affirmed that the support and sponsorship provided by these national companies to the team will contribute to the continuation of the global successes and honourable achievements. The Shura Council Chairman Ali Al-Saleh addressed the parliamentary network of the Non-Aligned Movement Conference, which was held on the sidelines of the General IPU's 156th Assembly. Al-Saleh affirmed support for the parliamentary network of the non-aligned movement and the steps and procedures that strengthen its organisational structure. He praised the efforts made by the Speaker of the National Assembly of Azerbaijan, Chairman of the parliamentary network of the non-aligned movement, for her relentless endeavours in framing cooperation and coordination between the parliaments of the member states. He stated that in light of the international multidimensional crises and challenges, it is the responsibility of all parties in the international system to enhance the frameworks of joint international cooperation and coordination to confront these challenges. He stressed the importance of the conference as the Manama Declaration of the Parliamentary Network of the Non-Aligned Movement brings about the realisation of vital demands that contribute in strengthening global solidarity. Al-Saleh expressed hope that the parliamentary network play an active role in supporting the official efforts made by the non-aligned movement, noting that Bahrain is proud of its pioneering achievements in confronting the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic in all fields and at various levels, thanks to the royal directives of His Majesty the King and the continuous efforts made by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. The IPU have expressed their full support for the call made by His Majesty the King to the international community to endorse an international agreement to criminalise religious, sectarian and racist hate speech in all its forms and to work collectively to spread a culture of peace, understanding and acceptance among people. Within the meetings of the 146th Assembly of the IPU, a meeting of the Standing Committee on Democracy and Human Rights was held, which dealt with the issues of combating misleading information, hate content and discrimination. The delegation indicated the importance of supporting the press, which is committed to its tasks and its balanced role in expressing opinions and correct information, taking into account respect for the rights of individuals and protecting national security. It was emphasised during the meeting that the Constitution of Bahrain guarantees the protection of the principle of equality and the prevention of discrimination through the ratification of many international agreements and the issuance of many legislations and laws prohibiting misinformation, hate speech and discrimination, with the presence of a number of mechanisms that play a prominent role in addressing any complaints in this regard.
Today we were attending this meeting of the Democracy and Human Rights of the IPU, and in which meeting the topic was, hate speech and the crimes that have been committed through cyberspace. So our view is that people should be taught, people should be made aware of all these things, so that the fake news should not be published, and people should be aware of the same. In Pakistan, we have passed laws, we have criminalized the hate speech, and in order to protect the racial and the different castes in Pakistan.
The order of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to double the disbursement of social assistance and disability allowances on the occasion of the advent of the holy month of Ramadan affirms the government's interest in alleviating the living burdens on low-income Bahraini families. The Minister of Social Development, Usama Al-Asfour, affirmed the government's keenness to provide social protection for citizens and enhance their standard of living. More in this report.
The government of the Kingdom of Bahrain, under the leadership of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, is keen on supporting Bahraini families in all aspects of life, as Bahraini citizens are the focus of development and receive all programs that aim to facilitate their lives. During the previous cabinet session, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister directed to double the disbursement of social assistance and disability allowances for families with limited income for the holy month of Ramadan. With the advent of the holy month of Ramadan, the government of Bahrain periodically takes the necessary measures in various sectors that directly affect individuals and Bahraini families by coordinating efforts between various government institutions to guarantee the availability of goods in parallel with price control. All the efforts directed towards Bahraini citizens and families stem from the royal directives of His Majesty the King and are reflected in the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister to ministries and government agencies to preserve and advance society and meet its needs.
The Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah bin Abdul Fakhro, headed Bahrain's delegation to the 28th Partnership Summit 2023 held in New Delhi. The Minister stressed the importance of strengthening partnerships among various countries and keeping pace with developments to advance the development sectors and support financial stability. He affirmed Bahrain's keenness to participate in such events that discuss and share the most important global developments to support the shift towards a new and sustainable economy. Fakhro praised India's historical economic civilization, hoping that the summit will achieve its ambitious goals that seek to strengthen companies and form new global economic alliances. The Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhro, met with the Chairman of the Confederation of Indian Industry, Sanjeev Bajaj. The Minister stressed the depth of the strong economic relations between Bahrain and India, pointing the need to benefit from India's great expertise, especially in the industrial sector. The meeting discussed the distinguished bilateral relations, and the Minister listened to a detailed explanation of the role and tasks of the CII, which contributed to the development of the industrial sector and the creation of new partnerships within the framework of this sector's new sustainable economy. Women from different countries of the world participated in the Forum of Women Parliamentarians in the 146th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. They praised the Kingdom of Bahrain and its efforts to achieve gender balance.
It's very nice. The different assembly and the subject we spoke about are very interesting, and especially in the Women's Forum. My opinion, it's a really good occasion to meet together all our diversity and
Actually, gender equality and sustainable development, just they go hand in hand, and we're so thankful, grateful to Bahrain because of your hospitality in hosting this IPU assembly. And we had a great time, we had a great experience, and hopefully in the future we can come back, visit, but not maybe just a personal visit for pleasure.
It's very exciting what I saw here. What I noticed is that they've upgraded the standard of the IPU. Women are really coming very powerful, because as far as I can see, I see there's more women than anything else here. So I really love it because the women are taking their spot.
The co-prince of Andorra, Monsignor Juan Enrique Viva Cecilia, received in the Episcopal Palace of Ciudad the credentials of Bahrain's Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to Andorra, Dr. Mohammed Abdel Ghaffar Abdullah, residing in Paris, in the presence of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Andorra, Maria Font, and the personal representative of the co-prince, Joseph Marie Pryor. The ambassador conveyed to the co-prince of Andorra the greetings of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and the wishes of abundant health and happiness to the co-prince and a further growth and prosperity to Andorra. He stressed the importance of supporting and strengthening the friendship and cooperation relations between Bahrain and Andorra in all political, economic, tourism and cultural fields. For his part, the co-prince of Andorra asked the ambassador to convey his greetings to His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and his wishes of further development and growth to Bahrain. He congratulated the ambassador on his appointment, affirming that he will receive all the support required for the success of his diplomatic tasks. He affirmed the importance of peace, tolerance and coexistence, hailing Bahrain's openness and interaction with various cultures and religions. The Consumer Protection Department of the Ministry of Industry and Commerce celebrates the Gulf Consumer Protection Week, which falls in the second week of March each year, with its counterparts from consumer protection agencies in the GCC. More in this report.
An integrated and accurate center that researches all cases submitted by consumers and defends their rights through a number of laws that were developed specifically to achieve the main goal for which the center was established: diverse and comprehensive services that serve the various members of society. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce is keen to implement them with high efficiency and effectiveness in accordance with the highest standards through the importance of continuing to activate cooperation and joint work between the Ministry and merchants within the framework of effective partnerships between the public and private sectors. Strategic goals and well-studied implementation plans were set by the Consumer Protection Center to improve the level of its services provided to beneficiaries, citizens and residents in the Kingdom of Bahrain.